Now, what is in this play, Echoes of War, performed by Butere Girls and written by Cleophas Malala, makes Ruto so scared? Is it that the young people are back to remind him of his iniquities? Or is it that because this play, if it wins the nationals, then the students would have to perform right in front of him in State House, reminding him of the kind of politician he is? I mean, can you imagine you as Mtemi Bokono here, in this case Ruto, sitting and watching these students call you out of the kind of things that you have done in this country? I mean, honestly, I don't think he's stupid. He wouldn't accept that. And that is why this play, according to him, must be stopped at all costs. But we will be addressing the most famous alumni of this school, that is Rachel Ruto. And we will also touch base on the county government of Nakuru leaders, that is Kihika, Keroche, the woman rep, who have decided to completely stay quiet even as these injustices happen right in front of their doorstep. But I want to read you the synopsis of this play so that we can be able to brainstorm and also ask, is this something to go tear gassing students on? And by the way, guys, if this does not remind you of Moi's day, like, I'm getting a feel of this whole dictatorial aspect of things where people are so scared of performing or saying something because Moi was in power. Like, you remember, a lot of creatives and a lot of writers have gone through the most, and their works would not even be read or even listened to because Moi stopped that. I mean, even if we go back to shows such as, you know, The Ridiculous, where they tried to tell us about what was happening during Moi days. And also, as I said, some of the set books that were also banned because they were calling out such establishments. There's a feeling that Ruto is exactly taking us back to where we were so many years ago. But let me read you the synopsis of this play. Mniambie, what exactly is wrong here? So the synopsis goes, there exists a natural balance between respect for the old and care for the young. Let's mark that. Respect for the old and care for the young. Those who are old bring experience, while those who are young bring enthusiasm and creative innovation. This is the relationship that weaves together our ever-evolving society. This play is a hyperbole attempt to illustrate the widening gap between two generations, the old and the young. The artistic context is set in the Royal Velvet Emirates, a fictitious kingdom in the Middle East. In this kingdom, the old have quickly lost the trust of the younger generation. The young are agitated by the inflexible strictness of the old. The balance is an inevitable compromise. There exists a natural balance between respect for the old and care for the young. And the reason why that is so important is because this is now playing in our social media platforms. I have seen people who have come out to criticize the students at Butere Girls, telling them, no guys, by the way, there is no way you are going to disrespect the president of this country. And one of them is this guy who always feels like he has to say something no matter what is happening. Oscar Sudi said, parents and teachers should protect our innocent children from being used in political wars by selfish politicians. Our children need to be mentored to engage in plays and theater that bring out cohesion, not divisions. Immersing children in dirty politics doesn't echo unity for our country. You know what this guy is saying, by the way, is that, you know what, this play, it's too strong. You guys should not be involved in matters, politics, and him saying that we need to stop using selfish politicians to advance their agendas. Obviously, he's referring to Malala. But guys, this guy Malala has been a playwright for a long time. Why is it a battle right now? Like, honestly, if you guys saw the problem with this play being written by a politician, why did you let it advance or go so far? And then, of course, the allegations and claims that Rachel Ruto, who is an alumni of Butere Girls, had everything to do with making sure that these students suffer. Because how will you guys talk about the government my husband is leading like that? I mean, I am an alumni of Butere Girls. I am famous. I am the president's wife. And you guys come and disrespect my husband's, leadership like that. So I love that it has come now to light, because just this week, I know these students have gone through a lot, from the principal sending 50 of them home, to them, you know, this case being in front of the High Court, to the High Court uplifting the ban and saying, let these students go, all the way to the national levels. These are so young, like the way you are watching them on screen right now. These are so young people in this country that should be protected by all means. But we all know what has happened around the play. I don't want to repeat so many things. You guys have seen the students have been tear gassed, journalists have been tear gassed. Our very own Citizen TV journalist Miriam Nyambura is in hospital right now because they decided, we don't care whether you are journalists, we don't care whether you are students, we are going to tear gas all of you. And if this is not even a reminder of what happened in Langata, they continue, you know, they continue creating these very sick memories in our head, because again, 10 years to come, people will quote exactly what has happened around Butere Girls. So I don't want to honestly repeat what you guys have seen, but there are some people that we really need to address at this particular moment, because as I said, what is happening to these students, it's not okay at all. But before we can be able to address the leadership of the county government of Nakuru, can we watch this clip together of what happened? We know right now the students decided they are not going to play. They decided, you know what, we are just going to sing our national anthem, and then one girl gave a strong speech, the rest were in tears, and they completely decide, you know what, if you are not going to bring our playwright here, if you are not going to let us perform this in front of the public, then you know what, we don't want to perform at all. So I'm looking at these students having gone through what they've gone through for the last 1 week, and then you have a president in power whose PR team has advised him, you know, for you to connect with Kenyans, can we take some shots of you in your farm, show them how hardworking and hustled up you are, etc. And he's okay with this happening to students. But before we address the county government of Nakuru, let's listen to these students, what they had to say immediately they came out from stage having sung the national anthem.
Can you please tell us what has happened inside there? Can you please tell us what has happened inside there?
They took us to stage, we were harassed by the police. Yes, they took us to stage with nothing. Nothing. We sang our national anthem and we said we are not performing. Yes, without our rights. We are just members of our rights. What is happening? What happened? We cannot get our performance. We haven't here.
Right, so those are the cast members of the Echoes of War immediately after singing the national anthem. Of course, they were addressing the public and the press members, and they are telling them, you know, the police harassed us even on stage. You guys are going to harass students even on stage. You are going to intimidate them. And then you saw that clip where even the police woman was being begged, like, let's just get in, let's give these students some soda so that they can also come out. Like, people are begging you to, you know, the way the constitution and the rights of citizens in this country is always being violated makes me ask, why do we even have a constitution at all? Why do we even have courts? Because if the High Court can lift the ban of this play, at what point do we decide, yeah, the High Court has said what it has to say, but mtajua kwa ground, sisi ni watu wenye we are in power. At what point do you decide even journalists will not enter? At what point do you decide these students will perform super early in the morning? Well, imagine where you are as Mtemi Bokono, where you are as the president of this country. You are so scared of being intimidated by a play that you decide, you know what, let these students perform 6 a.m. to 6:40 with no support, without the lead of the play, the person who wrote the play, without the playwright, without the audience, without the public. So who are they actually performing for? And then for them to come out again and say, you know what, we were harassed by the police. What are we doing, guys? Like, honestly, what are we doing? You know, what these people have done, they've even made this place so famous, because I'm going to link you the script of this play. You can get it on the pinned comment. I'm going to link it to you there. It's on PDF format. You guys just go through it. What they've done, they've actually made this so famous that now the entire country is interested in echoes of war. So when your PR team are advising you that a few cutaways and B-rolls you in the farm, showing people how hardworking you are, will calm people down. On this other end, people are now interested in perusing that script page by page, just so they can be able to identify with it. And also I've seen some people saying, you know what, let Butere Girls perform in Kasarani, let all the media stations go live, whoever can be able to go live, whoever can be able to, you know what, record it and air it. Make sure that this is a play that is being listened to by everyone in this country. So, you know, sometimes even in your position of power, you might think that you have it all. You might think that all the loopholes are closed. And then God just comes and decides, you know what, a play by Butere Girls is all the country needs to put you in your right place. Like, honestly, you might think, you know, impeach this and this, do this and this, remove this and this from the place of power, not realizing that the creative industry, and that's why for me this is very personal, even to sit here and condemn what has happened to Butere Girls. It's because I know the creative industry is at stake here. I know there are so many people who would rather make sure that they shut our voices, that we never even come and speak to you guys again. I'm telling you that for a fact. I know that for sure. So if we don't come together and condemn such acts as a country, I don't know what will happen. But I'm so impressed with Kenyans right now, apart from people such as Oscar Sudi, who have decided we are going to call out this government no matter what. And let's just read something Maraga said. Because as I said, the students are receiving a lot of support. David Maraga said, the use of force against minors, children who are engaging in a peaceful, creative and educational activity is not only unconscionable but also unconstitutional and therefore totally unacceptable. It is a flagrant violation of the Constitution. Let us not raise a generation that fears its own voice, and especially when they are constitutional guarantees. Let us protect, nurture, and celebrate the courage of our young people. Their voices matter. Any responsible citizen of Kenya, therefore, should play the part in protecting and promoting constitutional guarantees. So that's just one of that. Also, Honorable Justice Muturi tweeted something very important, and he said in part of the tweet, our young people are not the enemy. Please, let this just go into everyone's brain. Our young people are not the enemy. They are the soul of our nation. Their voices must not be silenced. Their creativity must not be crushed under the boots of fear. A country that cannot handle a high school play has no business preaching democracy or claiming to uphold constitutional freedom. Right, that's Honorable Justice Muturi. There are so many people have obviously, as I said, come out and they've condemned this act. But when we have people who are condemning this act, guess who is silent? Nakuru County government, where are you guys? Kihika, Keroche, where are you guys? Why can't we hear your voices? Because this is happening right in your yard. So what is happening? Where are you? You know, we have Kihika, Keroche, Liza Chelule, that is the governor, the senator, and the women rep. Where are you guys? Why is none of you speaking? I think, you know, because you pride yourself in leading a county or being in a county that is purely women-led, you would actually think because this is Butere Girls, CCCC, of course. You would think because this is Butere Girls, someone like Susan Kihika would be the first one to come and condemn such an act. Because it's not like you're condemning osmosis, you're condemning something that is real and can be seen. You are condemning students being tear gassed. Why is it taking you so long? Keroche, Tabitha Keroche, why can't you talk? What is happening to you? Are you not the senator of this particular place? Oh, Liz, What is happening? Are you not the woman rep? I thought even the women rep positions were here for such instances where you are like, you know what? No, this will not happen. And I'm not saying this because I'm coming for them or whatever. It's because you're so proud. You put the rights of women first. You have actually advocated for these rights in front of our eyes. And this is where you draw the line. But you know, someone told me they can't talk because they have food in their mouth. If you know what that means, they cannot talk. So we might need for them to first swallow the food or spit it out and then decide if they want to talk and address the nation, because how can this happen in your hood and you decide you're not going to say anything about it? Are you waiting for PR articles? Are you waiting for someone to send you a PR note on what you should say? This is long overdue. We are actually approaching all more than 24 hours since this happened. I mean, yesterday night it was chaotic. Today it's been chaotic in the morning. But you won't say anything. And then later on you will come and pride yourself on how you vouch for women's rights, etc., etc. Like, this is such a shame. Why is it that majority of you are so scared of condemning this government? What are you waiting for? Like, honestly, what are you waiting for? Why can't you tell him what is wrong is wrong? Praise him for what he does right, then criticize him for what he does wrong. Why? Why is it that people like us can genuinely tell Ruto what you are doing is wrong, but you find it hard to tell him, well, this is happening in your county, that, hey, Mr. President, you, Mr. President, you, the serikali, the people in power, kuna place tuwezi. No, there are things we can't do to children. I mean, majority of you are parents. Why do you find that too hard to come out and just criticize or condemn? I don't know why that should take you too long. That should have taken you like yesterday to come out and condemn such acts. We are not going to have a repeat of what happened here in Langata. Now it is happening in Nakuru. And you decide you won't say anything about it. You know, and then when you are there being questioned by international media, that is when you are going to brag about what the government is doing. Why can't you talk now when it matters? Because your voice is very much needed right now. Why are we punishing young people? You know? And by the way, allow me to say something I even said in a podcast the other day as I wind up. Let us not normalize having young people fight for us. I feel like we are putting such a big burden on these young people's back for things that we need to start paying for. And I said, majority of these young people who are using their voice right now, they didn't go to the ballot box. They were not even influenced to vote like some of us were. They didn't vote this government in. We did. So why is it that when it comes to us speaking and calling it out, we would rather wait for something that is being started by young people? What's the fear? Because I feel like I know and I understand. Anyone that is scared, I genuinely do understand. But what I don't understand is us normalizing young people going to war for us. That as a country we cannot normalize, considering we are the people who have allowed certain injustices in this country to happen. And those people who are now saying, you know, this is disrespectful to the president. Me, if I was the president, I would even encourage them to go on and perform, exercise their creativity. I would genuinely even be right now there, attending and picking some few points here and there. Maybe sometimes just, you know, like just sit and accept you don't know it all. Like honestly sit and say, I might be missing a point and maybe in this drama I can read a thing or two, the feel in the ground. Because right now you are surrounded by PR people who keep telling you that the country is okay, but the country is not okay. Right now you are surrounded by people who are telling you it's okay to tear gas children. Right now you are actually surrounded by people who keep telling you, acha tuone chenye watadu. When ndio prezo, acha tuone chenye watadu. Those are the kind of people you've surrounded yourself with. There's something in me that tells me you see what goes wrong in this country and you decide to turn a blind eye to the events that are taking place in this country. touching children is where we draw the line. Children who are eating gideris and supus, ugali and beans, etc., etc., preparing for the exams. Those are your enemies now, Mtemi Bokono. Those are your enemies. Now, touching children for every one of us should be where we draw the line as a country. This is not Sarafina, and the year is 2025. The year is actually 2025. So I hope we can all learn from what is happening right now. The issue is not that Cleophas wrote that play. The issue is what's inside the play. But I feel like you should ask yourself, is what's inside the play true or false? And if it's true, what can I improve on? What can I do? What can I say? You know, we are shifting into a creative industry. And this will matter. How people express themselves will matter. Sudi going and saying we should respect, who disrespected who? Don't you think you're disrespecting the students by tear gassing them? And some of the people are acting as if the set books they studied in school did not have the same messages. Kifo Kisimani. I mean, I keep saying Mtemi Bokono, but many people might not realize that's actually from Kifo Kisimani. Some of the set books that we've even done before were worse. What's a play? I mean, let me just read you some of the set books that we did that were crazy. Shreds of Tenderness, Kifo Kisimani, Enemy of the People, Betrayal in the City. You get it? See, now we are actually dealing with, as Gitz is saying, we are dealing with modern day Mtemi Bokono, Majoka, Mayor Peter Stockman, Town Council, Bwana Mashaka and Captain Sudi. Isn't this a repeat of some of the things that we read? Are these not the same politicians? You know, also, where do we draw the line between art and respect? Because if you ask me, Butere Girls have not disrespected anyone. What Butere Girls have actually done, they've made you afraid. And that's what you don't want to admit. They've made you afraid. They've not disrespected you. I mean, kama sasa hiyo ndio disrespect, guys, then we need to change the meaning of that name. If holding leaders accountable is disrespect, if holding these people as it's disrespect, then we need to change the meaning of the word disrespect. But I hope you can share your thoughts with me on the comment section, what your views have been about this whole Butere Girls play. Do you think they need a public arena where they can be able to play this? Can this be, you know, can they act this out and maybe sell it to the public and the finance benefit these young girls who have decided to take a chance and use their voice? I mean, I would really love them. I would love to see the playwright and the artists in this play benefit from their work. So I would love your thoughts on the comment section. And also, Kihika, where you are, and Keroche and Liz. Hopefully, by the time this goes up, you will have said something. Oh, maybe the food is still in your mouth. I don't know, guys. Leave me your thoughts on the comment section. Bye.